As human beings, we are all creatures of habit. Our brains are wired to do the same thing over and over, regardless if that activity is good or bad. Oftentimes we find that we are resistant of change, and I am no exception to this. I hate change. Once I get in a routine, I very rarely stray from it. I'm 21 years old, and out of 14 of those years, I was a baseball player. It's all I ever knew, and it's all I ever wanted. I always said that I'd play in the pros one day. I didn't start playing year-round until I was 10. And from that point forward, my schedule was pretty set. I would go to school, go to practice or games, and then afterwards, I'd hang out with friends or my girlfriend. This daily routine went on for a solid 8 years, until I finally had the honor of playing at the college level. But for the first time in my life, this routine was going to be broken. A new school, team, coaches, and schedule was overwhelming. And after a long, hard decision, I had decided to leave baseball. I hung up the cleats because the passion just wasn't there anymore. Everything was different. And things were only going to get much worse. A couple months after leaving ball, one of my close friends had gotten into a motorcycle accident and passed away. And a couple weeks later, my girlfriend of over 3 years broke up with me. My whole world was flipped upside down. I didn't know what to do. My routine had changed to where I would only go to school, then go home. Maybe hang out with a friend every now and then, but this is college. Everyone's on different schedules now. I was broken, and I had completely shut down. For those who don't know me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love to get lost in these films. They're my escape from reality. Since I have more time, I found myself watching the films more. I was pretty bored one day, so I decided to take my camera and some of my figures out to the desert. For about 9 months, I'd go off by myself and get lost. I was running away from the big question of what I wanted to do with my life. While I was off trying to escape reality, I actually found something. I'd found that I love telling stories. And even better, I love doing so through a lens. I love being able to create an image that will express something. If I never had left baseball, if I would have stayed in the same routine, I wouldn't have figured this out. I realized something even more important during this time. Change is a great thing. Even though I don't like being pushed out of my comfort zone, I never would have found photography or videography had I stayed where I was. I found out who I really am through change. I'm a storyteller. I'm a creative person, and that has always been there, just slightly hiding behind athletics. If there's one quote that encapsulates my life so far, it's this: embrace uncertainty. Some of the most beautiful chapters in our lives won't have titles until much later. I like to think that one chapter has just ended, and another is just beginning.